Everyone, I just wanted to come on here real quick and talk about a couple of things. The first thing is I am so sorry that I did not leave my link for my new channel in my last video. I was rushing to leave the house on a trip and just completely forgot it. But I will do that from here on out. The second thing is that I don't know if people think that I'm not gonna use this channel very much anymore, but I am. I'm still gonna be posting crafts and stuff like that. And now that I've gotten most of my have to do stuff out of the way, I will be posting a lot more. Right now, I am in the middle of just finishing up for fall around the house. Of course, you know, my kid's birthday is not until December, beginning of December, so I won't be decorating for Christmas until then. But I am doing Christmas projects on this channel, where the other channel, it might just be, you know, fall decorating and cooking and stuff like that. But that's okay. People are still doing that. I feel like I'm living in like 3 different seasons right now. The other day I had Halloween. I was packing that up, and then I had fall stuff kind of here and there because I had put up mostly fall, but then I still had things that I wanted to put up that were specific Thanksgiving. And then I had a Christmas tree that I bought that I wanted to put up just so that I could take pictures of ornaments like you're going to see in this video that I had made. And I think I have 2 more videos coming out that are just ornaments. I have a lot of things kind of in the works. I got new filming equipment, and that has kind of taken me a little bit to get used to, and filming and stuff like that. So I'm just doing a lot of that. So if you see that things are not usually as clean as they are, my videos have been, then that's why, because I'm still getting adjusted to it. I am going to link, like I said, my other channel. I only have 1 video. I will be releasing another video there in the next day or 2. Give me a little grace on that. So, and I'm still trying to get this whole, you know, filming 2 channels down, and you know, kind of organize my time wisely, I guess. I love doing it, but it is just kind of like trying to organize my time wisely. So I am very excited to use my IOD Christmas collection release. I haven't done a whole lot with that, only because I've been, like I said, doing other things, but I have been playing around with that, and will be you know, using that, and then using those items in the next couple of videos. So with that being said, you know, I'm still going to be doing videos on this channel, so don't unsubscribe. If you know somebody that would enjoy these types of videos and crafts and things like that, or even a vlog, more of a vlog type videos, you know, recommend my other channel. I am just really trying to get my views up and get my subscribers up. With that being said, let's get on with it, and I hope you enjoy the video today. Okay, we're going to start out with ornament 1, and the first thing I'm going to do is grab my new mold from Redesigned by Prima, and this is called Enchanted Shroom. I am going to mold all 3 of the cloches there with the DOS terracotta clay, and I just go through and, like normal, I just, you know, dust it with powder, and then I go ahead and mold all of those. I leave those to dry overnight, and then when I come back, I just get a small sanding block and sand off any rough edges that I might have there. Once I dust those off, I get the cottage white in the folk art home decor chalk paint, and I'm going to add some water to that and just kind of water it down to get it to the consistency that I want. I'm using it on the back of this first just to make sure that it's where I want it to be. And once I'm satisfied with that, then I go ahead and move on to the front. I use my embossing gun to get those to dry quickly, and I'm not being very careful with this. I just put it on and dab it off where I can see that design really well, and then I just go back and forth and then dry it with my embossing gun. So I go ahead and do all four, and then I leave those to make sure they dry overnight. And when I come back the next day, I get my gold gilding wax, and I'm just going to go over the top of those designs that are there just to bring out all of the detail. Once I have that all done, I use the DecoArt Duraclear Gloss Varnish. This is my first time using this, but I really do enjoy it. I usually use the triple thick, but I thought I'd give this a try. I like it because it dries fast. It's not all kind of gunky and thick, and it goes on really clean. So I did 2 coats of this varnish, front and back, and drying between coats with my embossing gun. It leaves a really beautiful shine, and I really do like it. Once that dried thoroughly, I grabbed some velvet ribbon that I got off of Amazon, and I'll have that link below, and I just go ahead and string that through the top so that I can hang these from the tree. Ornament 2 is some leftover decorations that I bought for Halloween. I got these from Michael's. They were on sale. They were part of, like I said, their Halloween decorations, so they were super cheap. I thought I would just repurpose them. So I got my Aleene's tacky glue. I'm going to take some of that out and water it down so I get a thinner consistency. I grabbed some chunky glitter that I had left over from some other projects, and I just kind of mix those together. They're just like two, one is like a copper and another one is more like a brown, a little bit of a lighter brown. So I just mix those together and make sure my glue is the consistency that I like, and I just go over the top of this. I don't cover the whole top, although you can. I just do the very top of it, and I just then stick it into the glitter. Easy peasy. So, and then I'm just kind of filling in any spaces that I feel like could use more, and that's it. This was the fastest little craft, and I just think these are stunning. Just reminding you that I do have my other channel. It is up and going. The link is below, and don't forget to go over there and subscribe. Ornament 3 was a challenge for me. I didn't quite know what these were. I got them at the Goodwill, and they were, I didn't really know what they were. They kind of looked like those were apples, but I wasn't sure what the top was. They were definitely some kind of ornamental thing because they had strings from the top. One of them was missing that little eye hook, so I had some extra, so I grabbed an eye hook and then I just replaced it with the Gorilla Super Glue Gel. That only took a few seconds to dry, and then I went in with my DecoArt Americana black paint, and I just go through and paint the tops of these. I'm not painting the bottom of them where the apple, I'm assuming, is. It looks like an apple down there. So I'm just going to go through and cover the whole top there. I do all of them. I do 2 coats, drying between the coats with my heat gun, and then once I have that done, I'm going to grab my Dixie Belle patina paint in iron, and I'm going to put down an initial coat on this. This is why I painted it black, because then if I missed anything, I wasn't going to have that gold kind of showing through. So I do the first coat, and then I dry that with my heat gun, and then I'm going to go in with my second coat, and then also with my patina spray in green. That's from Dixie Belle as well. And I am going to put on the paint and then dab it with the spray back and forth. You've seen me do this several times, so I get that kind of texture, and I make sure that I get everything covered that I want covered. And once I have all of those done, I'm actually going to set them aside and let them dry overnight. I did try drying them with a heat gun, but it didn't like activate anything. So you have to let it sit and dry. So this was kind of where I was not really sure what I was going to do. I did get this red paint. It was from the Cottage Colors, and I didn't like it. I just didn't, the reddish color I just didn't like. So I grabbed the Carnival Red and in the DIY as well, but it's not the Cottage Color line. And I went ahead and painted all of them this red. It's more of a red color. It's not a, it wasn't so like pinky purpley. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to glitter these up. So I went ahead and got my Aleene's again and some iridescent white clear glitter. And I went ahead and went over all of the bottom of the paint, the bottom of that apple, ornament. So you can see here, I went through and I did all of them. I don't know why it took me all of them to figure out that I did not like them. So here I am trying to clean it up and figure out what is going to look good to me. So I grab my gilding wax in Renaissance Gold and I go over the top of this. I really like the way this looks. Unfortunately, I did not like the way that this looked with the red. So I'm back to trying to figure out what I'm going to do. So I grab my Pennies from Heaven from DIY Paint, and I'm just going to paint over the bottom of that. I'm going to paint over the glitter and all. So once I kind of started painting with this, I really liked it. It kind of took on a kind of like a rose gold look. And then while the paint was wet, I just went in and sprinkled a little bit of that glitter, and it looked beautiful. I just thought it just then all came together. So I went back to that Renaissance gilding wax and went ahead and finished up the rest of the ornaments of that top portion of the ornaments. Let me know what you think about this. I refuse to give up on these. I just kept going until I was happy. So then I grabbed some really thin ribbon to put through those little eyelets. I couldn't fit anything bigger than this really thin ribbon. And then I just grabbed some odd and end ribbon that I had in my stash. It's not all the same. It's all different. I have some thin, some wide, some shears. And I just think that it just looks gorgeous. These came out better than I could have planned. I really thought I was going to have to scrap this, but I just didn't give up. I just kept going until I was happy. Ornament 4 is just these small pine cones that I had laying around, Christmas type of stuff. You always have tons of extra pine cones laying around. So what I did was I put a really small drill bit in my drill and I just drilled a really small hole and then got these little, I don't know what you call these, eye hooks or something. But I just got those at the hardware store, and then I just screwed those into the top. I had this wreath, and I really like the greenery on it. And so I just pulled some of that out, and I'm going to cut that up into smaller pieces so that I could glue that onto the top of those pine cones. You can't get any easier than this. You can do so much more to these, especially if you had bigger pine cones. Use, you know, the fake snow and all of this. But these are fairly small, and they're really just too small to do a whole lot with. So I just dressed them up with a little bit of greenery. And then what I'm going to do, as soon as I have all those done and that glue is dry, I'm going to go back to that ribbon that I used before and just make some bows to go onto the top of those. Then I'm just going to cut a piece to go through that eyelet, and then as long as I want, and then tie that at the top. And then glue that little bow over that eyelet to kind of hide that silver color. And then it looks just like it's all hanging on by that really beautiful velvet ribbon. Ornament 5 is a really low cost. You could do anything with this. You can even cut these out and have your kids draw pictures on them or watercolor some really nice pictures. I'm not a really good drawer or anything like that, so I decided to use some transfers on these. So the first thing I'm going to do is measure out the center of that top, and I'm going to use this really fancy tool to punch a hole in the top of that. You don't need this. You can totally use a regular hole punch. This is just what I had because the next thing I'm going to do after I punch holes in all of these is I'm going to put some eyelets in the top. And this tool kind of does that as well. You can also, there's all kinds of other ways to do it, but this is just what I had. So I have some gold ones here. I'm going to put that through the hole, and then using that tool again, I just put it there, put it through the top of there, and then squeeze it, and it squeezes that eyelet down so that it clamps around that hole. I did this so that when I ran the ribbon through there, it wouldn't, you know, tear through the paper. It just kind of gives it a little bit more security.